Yo, what's going on, Jungle Cats? Got us here, coming back to you in the new year. Today we're going to be making a tier list of all of the Pokemon in Mythical Island and Genetic Apex. We're about 2 weeks away from the new pack release, so I thought it'd be a good time to kind of do like a wind up on where I think these cards stand. Originally, I was going to be doing all of the types together in one video, but I realized after editing a little bit that was going to be a super long video. So I decided to separate them out into separate videos, which will be releasing over the next couple of days. So yeah, if you're catching this video within a couple of days, I probably uploaded all the tier lists by now, and you can look in the description. If you're just catching this the day of, then you might need to wait like a day or two before I get all the videos out, but they will be coming. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to catch more of this content. We're going to be pumping out a lot of videos during the new packs. In this video, we're going to be looking at lightning energy, so let's jump on in. All right, we're jumping into electric Pokemon now. I'm realizing I kind of have all these cards like way out of order, but oh well, we're going to be doing it. All right, the original Raichu, pretty good card. I think it used to be a little bit stronger when Mewtwo is the meta. It is a pretty good counter to Mewtwo. There's quite a few like EX Pokemon now that have above 140, 150 HP. So I think it isn't as strong. Really with this card, you need to be like generating energy with Magneton because you're just wiping out all of your energy after each attack. And usually because of that, it's only good late game to come in and just like drop a lot of damage. So yeah, I think it's kind of dropped down a little bit. I'd probably say we're in like B tier now. Magneton can be super good. There's like a couple cards now that make use of Surge, like the new Electabuzz. So I think it's good to be able to generate energy. I'd probably put it around like low B tier. Maybe that will change though, we'll see. Magnemite, pretty base stat line. I'd probably just say like C tier, just because Magneton's all right, but not the best card. Magnemite honestly kind of feels like just like a card you have to have. It doesn't really feel like it does anything. You're really just trying to get to the Magneton when you have it. All right, Voltorb and Electrode. I honestly think Electrode is really strong, especially the 0 retreat cost. Also, they can use Surge on it and do 70 damage. People don't really look out for that, so I think it has a good surprise factor. And it's also great that you can just attack with it and then next turn retreat back, not lose any energy, and maybe Surge onto another Pokemon. I think it's a pretty powerful card. I'd probably put it like mid A tier, and then for that put Voltorb like low B tier. Pretty base stat line. All right, the old Electabuzz, I'd probably put this around maybe like high C tier. When you do hit heads with it, it can be really good, but then obviously when you hit tails, you're doing 20 damage to yourself. It only has 70 HP, so yeah, a lot of the time there's better cards you can put here. Actually, I might put it in D tier, honestly. I feel like there's a lot of better cards you can play over this. It's just super risky. Yeah, the payoff is all right, but it's not super amazing. And then we'll jump to the new Electabuzz. I think this card is super good. Probably put it at the bottom of A tier. Just having a card that can hit bench Pokemon is great. Also, we can Surge onto this. So if they're trying to run away, they have like an EX Pokemon that's really weak, you can just swoop this in and pick off that EX Pokemon that's on low HP. I think it's definitely niche scenarios where you need it, but a lot of time can be super helpful. All right, Jolteon. I really am close to putting this in S tier. This is such a slept on card that is super powerful. I'm gonna put it at the top of A tier, no matter what. You only need 2 energy and it flips 4 coins that do 40 damage. I mean, that's just like potential of 160, and it's crazy. I mean, you don't typically hit that, but most of the time you're doing like 80 damage with it. It's just a really strong card, I think. Being able to do 80 damage and the potential for more is just really good. All right, now we're moving to the Zapdos. The base Zapdos, I actually haven't really played that much. I kind of want to experiment around a little bit more with it, but it's 100 HP, it does 100 damage for 3 energy, it does 30 damage to one of your bench Pokemon. That could have potential. I've used it a little bit and it's just I've never been able to build up the energy enough, but I feel like if you build the right deck for it with like high HP Pokemon, it could be decent. But yeah, I'm still gonna put it probably like top of C tier. just because it does require a lot of energy. So, oh, and then I backseat put in 2 Zapdos EXs. Zapdos EX I'd probably have to put at like top of A tier. It's great that you can like put it out and can start doing damage immediately, and then you can build it up. I do typically find if the opponent is able to ramp up, then they can start putting damage on it before you can really put that much damage on their Pokemon. So I wouldn't say quite S tier. I think it's a really good card. But yeah, probably not higher than like A tier. Blitzel and Zebstrika, I think these used to be a little bit better, but I think they've kind of dropped down a little bit since the new Electabuzz. I think that being able to surge onto Electabuzz makes it a little bit better than the Zebstrika, just because you can like switch around your cards a little bit more. It's a little bit more flexible. Probably put Zebstrika like with the Raichu, and then maybe Blitzel like right here, middle of C. It's pretty base stat line. All right, then the Electros line. I'm honestly gonna probably put this close to the base Zapdos. It is a little bit better than the base Zapdos, but it has a really high retreat cost, and it's a stage 2 Pokemon, so you need to draw 3 Pokemon for it. And I don't really think the other Pokemon are good at all. So like Electric is decently solid, but I feel like maybe Electric would go like right under this. And then Tynamo, I think Tynamo is a really risky card. Whenever I try to play Electros, I always draw Tynamo like as my only starting Pokemon, and I feel like I've lost so many games where Tynamo just gets like one-shotted like the first turn. So yeah, it has a good attack, but the 30 HP is just super risky. I probably have to put it at bottom of D tier, honestly. Then we have Heliolisk and Helioptile. They're decent, but I just feel like the payoff isn't good enough. I'd probably say this is better than the Electabuzz. Honestly, probably middle C tier. It is playable in the sense that it's only a stage 2 Pokemon and only requires 2 energy, but I think there's just stronger alternatives. Probably put them both in C tier. All right, then we have Pincurchin. I think this has definitely seen less play since we have Dedenne. Does do a decent amount of damage. Maybe I'd put it like slightly above a Magneton. I think it's still pretty good, but you're mostly using this late game, and if you aren't able to get the 2 energy on of it in time, that can be kind of crucial, kind of throw the game. Now we have the Pikachus. I originally liked the new Pikachu a lot better, but I feel like it's only really good in Pikachu EX deck, where you're trying to like get a lot of base Pokemon out on the board. I'm probably gonna put it like right above Raichu, maybe actually slightly lower. I did originally think this was really good, but what I've kind of found when I started playing with it is that the first like 2 turns you don't want to like completely fill your bench. You want to have a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of room for a potential new draw, unless you hit like perfect draws. So typically this is only going to be doing 20 damage, and it could only do 10. So honestly, maybe I might put it like lower. It's kind of, I haven't like liked it a lot recently because of that. I put the base Pikachu a little bit above it, and then I'd probably put the new Raichu like bottom of A tier. It's really good that you don't like lose your energy with it, and if the enemy has a lot of Pokemon on their bench, then it does a ton of damage, which is great. Yeah, its attack on the main active Pokemon is only 60, which is pretty good. It's not like insane though. It is 60 for 3 energy. So yeah, I'd probably say like bottom of A tier. I thought it was gonna be a little bit stronger, but as I played it, I kind of feel like it's only really bottom of A tier. Then we have Joltik and Galvantula. I've been a little bit back and forth on these. I do think it's pretty strong, but also the 40 HP with Joltik is a little risky. So I'd probably have to keep it around top of C tier. There's a lot of like starting Pokemon now that people use that can do like 40 damage pretty easily. So, or they can do 30 and they might just Giovanni. It is kind of risky to play this out. Usually I try to put in the back lines and build into Galvantula, but if you draw it and it's the only Pokemon you draw right away, then you have to kind of play it out. Galvantula is really good except for its HP. Probably would put it about with like Pincurchin. I don't think it's exceptional. I think Maybe if it had like 100 HP, then it would be like top of A tier. But I think the 80 HP makes it a little bit risky, just because you're typically not going to get this out in attacking till like turn 3 or 4, just because having the Joltik out in the front line is a little risky. So maybe it's just my playstyle, but I kind of feel like this, I thought this was going to be better than it actually is. I think it's a solid card, but yeah, probably like top of B tier. All right, and then Pikachu EX, easiest card to decide. Top of S tier across all energy types, just super solid card. Then Dedenne, probably have to put this like middle A, right about here. Really good card. It only requires 1 energy, and it's great for like stalling with its Paralyze. I think it's really good in a lot of electric type decks. It fits pretty well. Yep. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done that already. We also stream twice a week, so check out our Twitch down in the description below. If you want to check out any of the other energy types, then I'll also have those linked down below. I'll be releasing those over the next couple days. Deuces.